I guess I can buy them. 20,000 coins? Okay, I guess. I get it. Wait. Funny thing about the zombie process, something it make them come out real little and real mean. Then your shins.
Plants vs. Zombies is a game. A scary game. And ever since I first started playing PvZ, one of the coolest things I enjoyed about it was how creepy it felt. Especially that one song, that Rick and Morty song. Doobie doobie Rick and Morty. But putting the game aside, with the internet doing what the internet does, there are hundreds of creepy, spooky videos turning Plants vs. Zombies into a creepypasta. If you aren't familiar with what this thing is, creepypastas are typically some form of scary video or image that someone chooses to make because they are bored. But this image is typically spread across the internet with its sole purpose to make you foods. It's kind of similar to those copy pastas that people would send everywhere if something funny was trending. But I guess creepypastas are like their edgy older brother, despite being more popular with kids.
We have to avoid evil talking bear.
You've got your Slendermans and evil Sonic and... Who is Eyeless Jack? Tiki Toby? The Rake? You're probably wondering, how do you even turn Plants vs. Zombies into a creepypasta when the story, if you can even call it that, is already about zombies that try to eat you and compound feed mutated plants? But then I remembered that creepypastas are basically just evil Rule 34. If it exists, there's a creepypasta of it. So I thought it'd be fun to see if any of these PvZ creepypastas live up to this day. What? In my Edward Cullen era.
But first, are you in the market for bugs? Or maybe even critters? Real tough. We've only got worms left. But lucky for you, Clash of Critters is out now.
The super addictive creature collecting game. Haven't you slowed down wasted zombies with the help of the cute little Atari?
Alright.
You should join your battle? Well, good. Because there's over 100 unique critters to choose from.
Say that again.
100 unique...
Say that again. There's worms in my ears.
My personal favorite is Frostnik, because that's what I get when I walk outside shirtless. But using Frugling, I was able to use his Puff Fruit Pop Attack to do more damage against this sunburnt pastry. And out of nowhere, my Frugling evolved into Frugatome. And how can I forget my beautiful face for my critters, which is fully customizable. I head to the bakery in the forest because my critters are too fat.
And also... what in tarnation? Sweet marinade.
Final wave. The huge wave and final.
Free pinballs and the launch bodies with the free rare critters. So be sure to check out Clash of Critters using the link in the description. Dead Plants is probably the most viral out of all these creepypastas. And if
We
I had
got
to
the
guess
jalapeno.
why, probably because Vibing Leaf was the one who made it, who has 500,000 subs from making this type of content. The video starts out with somebody called Nick wanting to show off a new creepy game he found, since the Sonic one he's been playing has been messing with his mental health. And also Liam. Who is Liam? I know this is a fictional story or whatever, but why does Nick think after realizing Sonic messed up his brain that he has to tone it down by playing frickin'
Evil Plants vs. Zombies.
He claims to have found this game on a Russian website, which makes me wonder what Nick gets up to in his free time. But after booting up the game, everything seems normal at first. Wait! Oh my god, that zombie has a googly eye! Strap in, everybody! This is gonna be a crazy one! Nick begins to type in his name by pressing the letter F, which is nowhere near the letter N on the keyboard, but then corrects his typo and puts in his actual name.
falafel.
After pressing the adventure button, the evil zombie laugh that normally plays here just doesn't play, which to me makes it seem like they all just went home and took the day off. However, in the first few levels, it seemed like the zombies were stronger and spawned way more often. All until Nick made it to nighttime levels where he realizes certain gravestones have the names of
People on them. Oh my god!
Now, I haven't personally met Lock Thanos, but I'm sure he's a great guy. Nick then tells us that apparently this game isn't just some random creepy copy of PvZ, and that this game was meant for someone else. Followed up with this captured footage. Emo Kotley Yaru. Could this person be related to Lock Thanos? The note actually says, "This is the end. Good luck," in Russian, which they are completely right about, because Nick has played through the whole game to get to this note. He seriously just raw-dogged 5 straight hours of PvZ. Forget the creepypasta, Nick. We need to get your ass on speedrun.com. The video suddenly cuts to Dave's roof, along with the sky being red in the background, which means we are now in hell. I think. And it's definitely not my thing, but it looks like Dave gave his roof a black paint job. Oh my god. Nathan! You know, for this creepypasta being called Dead Plants, Nick's cabbages are looking in pretty good health, but out of nowhere, Zombos disclosed a lore in the frame, revealing that Dave painted Zombos too. No wonder Zombos is pissed. Dave's magic paintbrush blinded his ass. The screen then suddenly glitches, which I'm not sure if that's supposed to be like Zombos doing that, or if Nick just had a bit of fun playing with the transitions in CapCut. Because after this glitch, Nick suddenly just has a melon planted. What? Does Zombos work for the food bank? I think this creepypasta should be renamed to Free Plants, because that's the only thing this blind twat has done so far. Nick eventually takes down Blind Face, which then causes him to do the stanky leg before crashing the game. And then uncrashing the game. Well done, you win Chernobyl Kirby. If you didn't notice, the name of this stage throughout the whole level has been censored by Nick for some reason. At least, I think it was him who did it. I don't know why.
Alright.
But only until after the fight does he reveal its name. Dinana Mateo. Matai? Machu Picchu?
Why did you do this to us, Mateo?
I tried Googling who this person was, and I found this woman.
Why did you do
The screen then randomly fades in this random face.
Alright.
Randomly. And I know this is supposed to be scary, but the only thing I could think of was that donkey staring image.
It's been years since I last saw you, my child.
Oh, look at you. You've grown so much ever since I saw you 7 years ago. You freed your own mother. Dinana. I guess this face thing is supposed to be Dinana.
All I'm saying, these two look nothing alike.
But Dinana seems to give Nick the privilege of playing one last level before she leaves. Which leaves me with so many questions. Why is Dinana trapped inside of Plants vs. Zombies Evil Edition? Is she supposed to be like controlling the game or something? Was there like a mother and son?
A huge wave of zombies approaches.
I feel like out of all the games you could have wanted as a parent, I probably would have picked something like Fortnite or, I don't know, Roblox, because I already know that kid ain't ever booting up this game, man. PopCap even rebooted the whole last game, and we already know D-Nana's kid ain't one of the 400 people in game. I'll explain every thing in the process. Come on, D-Nana, sort it out, man. This is your one and only chance to talk to your child. He's losing retention. D-Nana? Is that you? Out of every plan you could have been, you chose to be a pea shooter. But all of a sudden, D-Nana, or like pea shooter, was suddenly surrounded by dead plants. Oh my god! This zombie then just gets himself run over before we get flashbanged by text. Your father once told me some sacrifices had to be made. Before we suddenly jump cut to Nick's defense looking pretty unbeatable. I mean, Nick is just flexing on D-Nana right now. You're really gonna let him plant twin sunflowers? Do you know how insulting that is? Your googly-eyed freaks are so bad at winning that Nick found enough time to plant down twin sunflowers. I and your dad was a family, Tinara. Well, yeah, that's what they're normally called. I don't know if this is supposed to be Nara's parents here, but I can't get over how the dad's mouth makes him look like frickin' Michael Afton. And obviously, shout out to Cifreo for the artwork in this video, but I feel like if this video is supposed to be taken seriously, maybe don't cut off D-Nana's event session with the drawing credit mid-video. Imagine he was watching the Mario movie, but then he suddenly tells you to like and subscribe in the corner. D-Nana suddenly reveals that the names of the graves are the names of the graves. What the f- are the names on the graves that she remembers he left to die? What does that even mean? Haven't you recognized them? And ever questioned why did they die? Wait, who are we talking about now? How am I already lost in the dead plant's lore? He left me to die, left my sister to die, left my brother to die, left my mother to die, left my family to die. Everybody now!
He left me to die, left my sister to die.
Oh, for a stupid war. The Garden War. Nick then loses the level like a dumbass, but thankfully, White P is feeling generous and gives him another chance. It kind of feels like when you die in a boss fight as the main character, and then you have to awkwardly press retry to continue the story.
Bye-bye, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.
This just leaves me wondering what happens if Nick just lost again. White P just let him try again until he wins. Why doesn't she just stop sending the googly-eyed freaks and licking my face? Thank you for finding and freeing us once and for all. Invalid file version. And after all of that, Nick finally speaks up to explain everything we just saw. That was interesting, to say the least. Nick, are you okay in the head? What kind of creepy line is that? Those white peas, the googly eyes. Interesting. Go back to Sonic, man. I'm done with you. Deadplants.exe is overall pretty good success. I appreciate how they don't just fling jump scares and loud noises in your face. And the whole Gravestone Mother story was pretty original for what's supposed to be a PvZ creepypasta. I give it 7 paint cans out of Dave 3. U53RGB is a channel dedicated to making this seemingly ongoing creepypasta. But I have no idea what they're even trying to tell me. All of the titles look like Slenderman drawings, and in the description of the videos is just like word art Christmas lights. With the game listed as Five Nights at Freddy's, the first video in this series starts with a loading screen again, but the game appears to be in Espanol this time. When the unnamed player gets to the naming parts, he seemingly just stares at the screen for 10 seconds. And then just attempts to say no. I don't know if there's like a language barrier going on here.
Final way.
What do you mean you don't want a name? Eventually he comes up with U53RGB. Pronounced User Dave.
Oh, that is so spooky.
For some reason, writing in this name triggers the developer mode for PvZ, which is a whole other question I can't be asked to go into. But after pressing yes, the developer version, according to U53RABCD, looks like this. Come on, man. I think I can genuinely recreate this entire scene in 5 minutes. This flower just got embossed. The saturation and contrast got yanked all the way up. User Dave just put the swirly tool on the almanac, and for some reason, the watering can is crying out for help now. What do you need help with? You're a watering can. Oh, and don't forget the developer version of the main menu theme. Eventually, the player decides to click on the shop, and dear God, what happened to you, Dave? You've lost so much weight. This
And
part
we
of the
got
video has to be my
Spike Weed.
favorite, as for some reason, the guy in the video goes into the almanac, which shows off the PvZ plants all just crying now. What happened, Girasol? I thought you were supposed to always be happy. But the best part about this is the fact that half of the plants just didn't change. Whoever made the mod for this creepypasta just didn't feel like editing every single character. It just goes, Nuez! Patatapum. Planta caronivora! Jalapeno. Pizzorielba! Bota. I can literally do this all day. And then for the zombies, I think the person who made this realized how much effort it would take to make custom zombie visuals. So he just stole all of their eyes. I mean, what's he even wearing goggles for anymore? You ain't protected shit! And I know it sounds like I'm just being plain mean, but it's completely justified as the video then cuts to him starting the adventure
Alright.
whilst this plays. You are genuinely so annoying for that. When I first watched this video, I had to step outside and make sure I still had ears left. Cranking the gain up to the max volume and giving everyone ear cancer isn't scary if you couldn't tell. How did this video get over 50,000 likes? Did these guys just have their dream come true of becoming deaf? The rest of this video is just reskinned Plants vs. Zombies until the player dies because he sucks. Then, oh no! Evil flickering zombie!
Get this shit off my screen. This is still better than most modern creepypastas.
Sonic, you're gonna have to speak up, mate. I can't hear you over my deafness.
I quickly skimmed over the rest of this series, which was just a bunch of pre-textured assets, except for this one part in the Zen Garden. Yo, how do you mess up the Zen Garden this bad, bro? Did Jalapeno just go rogue? Like, what is this guy doing? The final video on his channel was posted back in 2023, with the player just flicking through Dave's shop until he finds this secret glitch seed packet. Now, if I were you, I probably wouldn't buy that item. He'll catch you. What will? The insurance for my hearing aid? I'm giving user Dave a 3 out of 10. It had some good ideas, but there wasn't really much more to grasp onto it other than the weird asset color flips and loud noises making me deaf. Whilst I was gonna leave the user Dave creepypasta here, I noticed the playlist I was watching featured a few more episodes from someone completely different called Dino the 8-Bit Game. I'm not sure what this guy has to do with Plants vs. Zombies, but I guess we can see if he does a better job than... What the fuck? FR33XP.XEN is starting to make me think you can write anything with a period in the middle and call it a website.
Come on down to Bartholomew's JuicyHam.art. We do the finest meats like cow, brown cow, big cow. We only do cows.
The game, once again, looks very weird and broken, but kind of simulates more what a website would look like if it hosted the game, which is when the player starts the adventure, prompting sound effect to say, ouch, that's loud. You know, I would love for you to meet someone. The player quite rightly points out that all of these textures look weird as frick, until we meet the Faceless Pea Shooter. Flick S Eats. Why is it just called pea? Plant seed. Okay. This game is what you get if I was in charge of writing the dialogue. Plant more. It does exactly that until they realize that the pea shooters aren't shooting. If I had to figure out why, it's probably because they can't see. The player ends up letting the zombies get inside, leading to them being called a loser. This creepypasta might not be scary, but it definitely knows how to hurt my feelings. By using cheats, they manage to get past the first level, in which they unlock flour. I like flour. Plants more foul. This is literally me talking to the player. The player unlocks a few other fan favorites like cherries and nut. Literally just nuts. Until we finally get to meet Dave.
A huge wave of zombies approaching.
What are you wearing? For some reason, once the player gets to the walnut bowling level, Dave just gives them nothing to bowl with, despite somehow still damaging the zombies. But regardless, this then unlocks Potato Man, I don't think you can do that. The next level plays out with Cherry Bomb costing 3,000 sun, as the zombies become practically unkillable. And after the player loses yet again to the zombies, a video censored by the creator suddenly starts blaring on the screen, which apparently is graphic content. That is so creepy! This video ends with the player saying they're now pretty worried their computer now has a virus, but then make sure to thank you for watching the video. Let me know in the comments below. I decided to do a bit of research on this creepypasta. Apparently the image that was censored here was just a screenshot from the movie Hysteria, which I guess isn't as bad as it seems. I don't know, I guess I'll give XP, PPAP, or whatever a solid 5 out of 10. I think they went the extra mile to make the plants and zombies kind of work slightly differently, and rewriting every single voice line was more funny than it was scary, to be honest. I was gonna to show you guys a bunch of actual creepypasta stories I found because I think these thumbnails speak for themselves. So I might save that for a Halloween video. If you couldn't tell, this video was long overdue. So be sure to press the like button and I'll return on Halloween.
Blah, blah, blah. Your little slingshot game ends here. Everyone we know is in danger. You have annoyed me for the last time. We will eat the eggs.
Doorstep delivery. Hey.
Again. No.
Quickly before we begin, Mr. Beast is telling me that I'm going to reach 25,000 subs in 59 days. Which is like 3 months. So to help me prove it wrong, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And in fact, the challenge is the one. We're actually doing this challenge for Music 2. As in the first game, Dave picked up I can build these plants from the Garden Warfare game. That doesn't include plant abilities like chomp, spikeweed, or cactus warm. No power-up, no leveling up other than the mandatory level 2. No other cheating stuff. You get the idea. And every limit level where I'm forced to use certain plants might not be possible, but hell, I'm gonna try anyway. So without further ado, let's beat Plants vs. Zombies 2 with only Garden Warfare plants. Welcome to the tutorial world, where luckily the first plant we have access to in this game is... The first level isn't much to worry about, having our main character wipe out all these ground codes. So once we see the level, we unlock the second Garden Warfare character to join the team. Sunflower is going to carry the town. However, don't think this will be a cakewalk. I don't think we realize what's in store for these few characters down the line. For now though, Sunflower greatly increases our sun production and allows us to get by level 2 with no problem at all. We get given this nut dude, but he ain't part of the Garden did not place this nut. Cactus did. And once again, we reached the level with the same going for number 4, rewarding us with cabbage face. Such a shame that PopCap chose the corn-throwing man over you, God of Warfare character. Oh well, I unlocked the Hole of the Lord, which somehow already has walnuts planted in the dirt. How did you do that? And this cabbage dude essentially wanted to join in on the fun. Yeah, not happening, buddy. Get out of here. We continued the level with our peacekeepers, as well as these walnuts who've decided to sacrifice themselves for the greater cause. And once picking up the fun conehead, yeah, we started running into the bunhead. He fell over, and I found hot sauce in his pocket, for which Dave stole it and poured the whole thing on one taco, and then ate it. Dave, after consuming said taco, somehow doesn't feel like his ass is about to explode, but actually wants to eat it again. After talking to his, talking car, he travels back in time, as anyone would do, and oh no! We're in ancient Egypt now. That doesn't smell right. Well, maybe the smell's coming from you eating that hot-ass taco. But after Dave stopped talking about his bowels...
A huge wave of zombies approaching!
First level of Ancient Egypt. The White Knight and Walnuts have returned, defending our Garden Warfare plans. So we went ahead and fought through the horde with only Sunflower
Oh God.
until we came across Mr. Sunman, who decided to steal my hard-earned sun. Although...
No, 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 no.
It didn't matter at all. We then went on to power up with the pre-planted plans. I didn't place these guys, in which I tried my hardest to hold back the overwhelming amount of zombies, just trying to tempt me into using my snowflake powers or Google Maps. And after making it to the final wave, I had to sacrifice 2 lawnmowers to beat the level, to which they respawned instantly, so all of that stress was for nothing. Regardless, we received the world map. Wow, look at this cool map. Anyway, level 3 had Penny giving me a few bands, but then this taco-eating head-ass made me spend a rack on some plant food. Where am I buying this food from? The black market? These early levels are obviously quite a cakewalk. Yeah, Dave over here talking about these zombies keep being different. Man, shut your weird ass. On day 4, give us